It seems that things have changed now. Hope you enjoyed this one. This is Sullivan Alex Gamer. You on Shokunin no Shojin, Attack on Titan, Chapter 67. I mean, Eren has now changed. Like, things have changed now. Like, first of all, we know that Historia betrayed her father. She doesn't want to follow his path. But it seems that Historia's father, he is a Reyes. He is a Reyes. He's from the bloodline, and that means he can transform into to the a Titan. He wanted to use Historia because he didn't want to get his own hands dirty. We all know that. But we also get to learn things like, for example, Eren seems to have a new ability. What is his ability? He can make his Titan form harden in his body. You know how the female Titan and Annie Leonhardt and how Rhina, the armored Titan, can do it. Same thing. Now we all know that the history of the first Titan created the walls using his power to harden. He basically created an entire wall from his own skeleton. And now Eren has gotten this new ability. He can use it to plug the hole in Wall Maria. However, there's still some details to. For example, Historia, she rallies to Eren and not to feel bad about what his father Grisha Yeager did. The only reason he had to kill the entire Reyes family was because he had no choice. It's because their ideology is to keep the world under slavery and cruelty from the Titans. And remember, the logic of the first king is to keep this world like that, under subjugation of the Titans, and be threatened by them. Not to mention the other Titan shifters that are going through all this. We still don't know what the history of the first Titan, his origin, was from a century ago. But we do know the first king's ideology is as follows. Humans must live no more under fear of the Titans. And basically, Grisha Yeager destroyed the family and stole the power because he knew that humanity couldn't suffer any longer. And eventually, after he did that, he died at the hands of his own son, Eren, so he can gain the Titan power. So, we all know the truth that Grisha Yeager is dead. And that Eren ate him. So basically, Eren's father committed a great evil to save the rest of humanity. So Eren probably doesn't feel so much ashamed knowing that his father did such a horrible thing. So he at least knows that his father did have a good reason, but it still was a horrible thing to wipe out an entire family. And so they are there. But there's still some details. For example, Eren, he was still willing to get himself killed in order to make sure that the world go back to the way it was. I mean, think about it. I mean, with the fact, the royal family, they can control the Titan's power. But the only reason why Grisha stole the power so he can use it with Eren, so he can use it himself. So one day there would be someone who could control the Titans and stop them from destroying everything. And so, but there's still some details. For example, there's still Rod Reyes, like he's still going through his transition of Titan form as that giant skeleton Titan thing. He looks like the armored Titan, and not the armored, the colossal, but he still seems has movements are not as streamlined as the colossal. For example, even though he was huge, he could move, but he was slow. But he was slow. He could move, but he was slow, and he could walk on its two legs. But one of the difference between this Titan and the other one, he keeps crawling to the ground, and his body heat is so intense, it's literally burning the trees around him. It's like, remember, he took it in essence himself, even though transformed. It looked like he still doesn't have any proper control, but he's going to Oban district and to the walls. That means he's getting ready to destroy them himself. Like, if that guy destroys the wall, then humanity is literally done for. They already got to do with the mess with Wall Maria, Wall Rose. If Wall Xena if Wall Rose is pierced and Wall Xena is done for, then yeah, you all get my point. But then there's Hashi. She she tells Historia, aka Krista, in order to get through this, they have to destroy her own father. Like, they have to kill him in order to ensure that Darius' will doesn't have to be so. I mean, if they kill him after all the stuff he did through, he started this whole human civil war just so he can get his hand on his daughter, so he can use her for his own ends. And a lot of blood got spilled, a lot of blood. And he found out that the royal family wasn't the real royal family that he was, but he had his own stick-twisted view on the whole thing. So basically, he's one of the biggest a very evil man. And we also got to know that the royal family was really a fraud. Yeah, so basically, Eren, he has to find a way to defeat Rod Reyes, and Krista is probably going to join him. And can she do it? Can she kill her own father? I mean, she's not, but Eren probably could. Now that he's gotten the power to harden his skin and plug up the hole in Wall Maria and finally see in the basement what the hell his father was working on. But judging from my opinion, it's easy. He was experimenting with other people, other Titan sisters. All these children were all test subjects for Titan shifter experiments. So that's my opinion. What is yours? But remember, we haven't seen Reiner and the armor in the Colossal in a while. So ever since that big dust up, that they revealed themselves who Eren is, and they tried to take Eren away, and Eren found out he had the power to control Titans. Remember, that's the true power of the royal family. They can control Titans. But with the situation as it is now they rescued Historia and Eren, and now they'll try to do the best they can. They're gonna defeat Rod Reyes, plug up the hole, and finally get their hands on the secret. But Eren, there's still a part of him that does think it would be better off that he was dead, and the power does belong to the Reyes family. But if he does that, then nothing will change. The world they knew will still be in hell, with all the destruction, all the death. And all this violence will probably continue, and blood will continue to be spilled. So basically, he has to do what he must. After all, his father did leave the secret behind for him. So basically, ambulance. But you get my point. Every evil act that Grisly Jaeger did was up to so his son could carry on the cause. Leaving it up to your son's hands is pretty unusual. But you get my point. Hope you're enjoying this. Find a comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Solomon asking you on Attack on Titan, chapter 67. And I hope Eren, and now that he's gotten this new power, let's see if he can handle it. And remember, there are times when Eren goes in this Titan form, he can't control himself. He can become as brutal and as savage as any Titan. All he needs is time and control. Bye. Can't wait to see what's the next fight gonna be.